tonight it's about the Octomore 15.2 versus a Lefroy 12-year-old. Well, the Lefroy is, of course, natural color, non-chill filtered, bottled at 46% ABV. When you look at the Octomore, 57.9% ABV, natural color, non-chill filtered. And of course, the biggest difference, in my opinion, is going to be, well, that high ppm when they start the maturation. And of course, the age difference. Octomore bottled at 5 years old, and the Lefroy 12 years old. And then you look at the price-wise. Now, the price is going to be a big kicker for most of you. A 5-year-old Octomore is going to cost you $145 up to $199 that I've seen online. And of course, the Lefroy 12-year-old, it is a travel exclusive whiskey, so you're going to have to go travel to one of the duty-free stores. I've seen it in a couple already, so it is available. And I paid 62 euros about 3 weeks ago. So definitely it's available. And I already did a quick review on the 12-year-old Lefroy, so I'll put it at the end card, and I compared it with a 10-year-old. So if you're interested in Lefroy and my humble opinion, please go have a look at the end card and see what I picked as the better one. So I brought samples. Of course, I'm traveling a little bit in the beautiful island of Seychelles. You can see a little bit of redness in the face, quite a lot of sun, 29 degrees today. But yeah, when I travel, I bring some samples, and well, sometimes it's difficult to find a nice whiskey in some of the hotels. So I come prepare a nice sample. It is 5 centiliters, 50 milliliters, so quite a generous sample. Octomore in bottle number 3, and all natural color, 5 years old. You can see as well quite a very light whiskey, and the 12-year-old, also natural color, but not much more to it. This one, the Lefroy, of course, ex-bourbon cask, from what I remember. I don't have the bottle with me. And the Octomore also have a little bit of a wine cask influence in it. So I'm going to pour myself a wee dram. And, well, a guy that doesn't love the peated whiskies, I keep on buying it, and I keep on gravitating, especially towards the Octomores on its own, not comparing. A couple of them are fantastic. And, of course, I can't wait to try this new version, the 16.1, 0.2, 0.3, or 0.5, or whatever they want to call it. So yeah, the Octomore, cheers. The Octomore is definitely a nice flavors. That's a little citrusy note that comes in, a little toffee note that comes in, that vanillas are there. Well, it is 57 point, let me just want to make sure there, 57.9% ABV. So it is a strong boy, but with a little bit of agitation, you just wake it up. And a little sweetness that comes in. It's really a nice whiskey. And I think that's what I really appreciate about the Octomore, is that punchy in your face. Now, I would have expected so much more. If you look at the parts per million on the phenols, it's 108.2. So quite high in the phenols, but it doesn't really translate for me in the nose. It's there. It's not really in your face, bold, peat note. Maybe I'm just getting used to it. The 12-year-old on Lefroy, much lighter for me, much friendlier for me. It's a little bit like a summer in a glass type of thing that you get. A little bit more sweetness, a little bit more a little bit more relaxed for me. Beat-wise, quite similar to the Octomore. But there's also a little bit of a strangeness that I pick up in the glass as well. A little floral note on the 12-year-old. So definitely nose-wise, I do like this one. But of course, the Octomore is just releasing so much more of the aromas for me. So definitely, Octomore gives me, well, something that I really enjoy. Taste-wise, Octomore, oh my word, it's a lovely sweetness. Definitely, that peat is coming through. It does not offend me. It's not offensive. It's a sweetness, a little bit of a raisin note, a little bit of a vanilla note coming through, a little bit of almost like a creamy note that I get, a little creme brulee note, a little bit of a ocean breeze, a little bit of a couple of drops of salt that comes through for me. Give it one more try. Now, it is very high, 57.9% ABV. Now, well, a lot of people will say, well, you're getting a huge high alcohol by volume, so that's why it's a little bit more expensive. But most people, when they drink it, they're going to add some water to it. Anyway, they're going to bring it down, maybe 48, 50%, maybe even 46%. That means they bring it, that high ABV, they bring it down to the level of the 12-year-old bottled at 46% ABV. And of course, the price is going to be a lot less, maybe doubled between the 12-year-old and the Octomore. It's double plus about maybe 30, 40 euros. So quite expensive. The 12-year-old, my word. I think when they bottled at 46% ABV, I think they nailed it for me. I am definitely not going to add water to this one. It is lovely. It's sweet. It's that a little bit of a raisin note. I get a little bit of a toffee note, the English toffee note, that peat, that smoke. It's definitely there. And it feels like it just explodes in the mouth. Maybe a little bit of a TCP note, but not much. Not a really iodine type of note. So it's not a bold one. And I think I'm really getting used to all of these peated whiskey. I think if you ask me 5 years ago, I would have told you no way in hell that I'm going to drink it. For me, it's dare I say it, I like this way more than I like the Artbex. And I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me. So between the two, without the water, I think the 12-year-old is absolutely fantastic. Just want to make sure the Octomore. Oh, now I'm not so sure. The boldness of the Octomore comes through. It's if you take the 12-year-old Laphroaig, it feels like they took that and they just upped the level of everything. The sweetness, the boldness, and that in your face. I do like it. Now, I know a lot of people is going to bring the levels down. I did bring some water. So I'm just going to add a little bit of water into the Octomore. Not much, but hopefully to bring it maybe on the same level as the 12-year-old Laphroaig. Give it a little bit of a shaky. Nose-wise, loads of difference. The Laphroaig, definitely more sweeter. A lot of vanilla coming through now. Oh my word, a little marzipan. There's a hint of a vanilla and then a marzipan that came from out of nowhere on the Octomore. the boldness is definitely still there. It does, it does feel um, it does feel that notes that you get is still elevated, pushed much higher for me than the Lefroy. Taste-wise, oh, a hint of cinnamon that came out. Absolutely. That something that I've never picked up, but that was a clear cinnamon note that came out. So let me know in the comment, have you picked up cinnamon on the Octomore when you added some water? I'm a huge fan of cinnamon, but that was the first time that I picked that up. Maybe it's a tropical and all the nice weather, but I do like a little bit of water in this one. Let me do one more try. Level between the two is, I think it's probably about same. There's no burning effect. The 12-year-old, oh wow, both of them are really nice. It is absolutely a fantastic whiskey. Now, the only problem that I have, 62 versus maybe 145. I think if I looked at my thumbnail, when I checked, the cheapest one that I could get for the Octomore was 145. And if you go look further, a little bit of research, they go up to 199. 5 years old versus a 12-year-old. 46% versus the high ABV from the Octomore. Now, you have to make a decision. Well, I have to make a decision. And I'm very conflicted with this one. And nose-wise, I still like the 12-year-old more. And taste-wise, my word, it is just a lovely whiskey. Now, for the Octomore, I think the boldness can be a little bit off-putting. And when I talk about that, it's flavor boldness. There's a little bit of a strangeness in the glass as well. For me, the 12-year-old is got all of those lovely notes, that sweetness that comes in, not offensive when it comes to the peated whiskey. So in the end, are you willing to pay, 145 for a 5-year-old whiskey and, a 12-year-old at 62? Now, it's a clear winner for me. I love Octomore, but unfortunately, I think they are really overpriced whiskey. I think they have a cult following, and these people are prepared to pay anything for that release. Most of the time, they snap up everything at the release date already. But I've seen that go down. If you go online now, even at the duty-free stores, I saw the 15.2 available at a lot of the duty-free stores. So it seems that maybe they're struggling to get rid of all of these whiskies, considering the 16 is out already. So that, my dear friends, is my opinion on the Octomore versus the 12-year-old Lefroy. Go for the 12-year-old Lefroy. I don't think you are going to be disappointed. So thank you very much for watching. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. And I see you next time. Cheers.